Smell what the
Kank
is cooking.
Good morning, it's Tuesday the 7th of April 2020. My name is Umar Kankiya, also known as the Kank. I'll still be doing my COVID-19 daily update later on, but I just wanted to put a few thoughts out on video because last night obviously we heard the news that the Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been admitted into the intensive care unit at St Thomas's Hospital as his condition has worsened due to his coronavirus symptoms. Now, I've been seeing a lot of things on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, that type of thing, and a lot of vile comments that have been put out there. And people know what my political leanings are. People know how I feel in terms of the government and how they've handled things. But I do think that at a time when somebody potentially could lose their life, you need to put that stuff aside because there's just zero reason to be putting out that kind of negative energy and that kind of negative vibes out there. I know people will take a different stance, but ultimately I think we can't sit there and say be human and be kind to each other as and when it suits us. I think it does apply across the board. You may not agree with a lot of stuff that his government have done, but at the end of the day, he's still a human being. He still is a father to his children. He has an unborn child that's on the way. They haven't done anything to warrant hearing those types of things about their dad being put out there. And also from a morale boost point of view, there are a lot of people who are suffering with coronavirus, who are in hospital at the moment. And it is a morale booster issue as well, because imagine, if the worst was to happen and how that would affect other people that are suffering and feeling like, if this can happen to the Prime Minister, it can happen to anyone. And it's true. Coronavirus does not discriminate against anyone. And I've just come back from my 3-weekly run this morning. It gave me a lot of time to kind of reflect and think about where things are at the moment. And I think it's important that we do continue to listen to the guidance. And, this is an illness, this is a disease that does not discriminate against anyone. So, be word to the wise. It looks like it's going to be another nice day, but let's do our thing and let's carry on. If you are going to go outside, make sure it's for exercise or for essential shopping purposes only. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to wish the Prime Minister well. Hope he makes a speedy, swift recovery. And as I said, I'll be back later on with my regular COVID-19 update, which I assume will be given by Dominic Raab, who, as First Secretary of State, technically now has stepped up in the role as is deputising as PM at the moment, although from what we've heard, Boris has not fully signed everything over yet, but if the worst was to happen, then Dominic Raab, as First Secretary of State, will be the one to take over as interim PM until such time when Boris is back in action. As I say, get well soon, Mr. Prime Minister, and I'll speak to you guys later. Bye. Thank you very much for listening to my COVID-19 daily update. Remember, in these important times, we need to stay at home, we need to look after ourselves, look after our own well-being. And as the UK government have said, stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. And that's the bottom line because the Kank said so.